Hello folks, Hot Rod Rodney 25 coming back for another video. I just want to let you know about my dad and the cancer situation. He's had chemo, and then they've stopped the chemo and they went to a different kind of chemo. Well, with the two different chemos back to back, it's made of course everybody knows with cancer, any kind of cancer, what he has spots on his lungs and spots down on his esophagus, down right at the end, right at your stomach. I believe is where the spots is on his esophagus. So they was starting to slightly just start disappearing, according to the PET scan or whatever they've been doing. He hasn't had all that for a while because what chemo does to you with the chemo treatments, it takes and kills your bad cancer cells wherever you might have cancer. But it also takes your good cells with it. Well, both of my dad's hands is numb. His feet is numb, or was numbing up also. So him and the doctor both came to a conclusion when he last seen the doctor. And he also seen the doctor last week or the week before when I was there. She wanted to see him before he had gotten treated. And they basically just gave him, I think, water or fluids or something that day, if I remember right. They both came to a conclusion by talking that she didn't think that the chemo treatments was going to be continued, because they wasn't going to really help with, because of his hands being numb and all already. So he came to a conclusion with my mom also, that he has stopped the chemo treatments. He don't want no more chemo treatments. So that's, that leads to he might have a couple months. He might live for 2, 3, 4 years just off of water and fluids and stuff like that he might get at the cancer center. My mom got a call from the doctor this morning about having him come in this early this morning, which would have been, well, it would have been yesterday, which would have been August the 6th. They wanted me, or Mom wanted me to take him in there for water, to get 2 liters of water, 2 or 3 or 2 or 4 liter. I think it's a liter bag, but we gotta be there like 4 hours. It takes 2 hours for each bag of water. But to help him keep from being dehydrated. So that, that's where we're standing right now. He don't want no more chemo treatments, and the doctor says that chemo treatments, if they're continued, they probably just make him worse. They're probably not really going to help him get any better. She was going to try him on this new medication that she was describing to him, and I'm not sure if he's trying that yet. But it's supposed to make him sleepy and might take some of the numbness out of his hands. If he don't take the medicine or try the medicine, there's nothing I can do about it, nothing Mom can do about it. It's my dad's decision. It's how he feels. He has his good days, bad days, but this is where we're standing right now with this whole cancer situation. So like I say, in a couple months I might lose my dad. It might be a year, it might be 2-3 years. But once the chemo completely leaves his body, it's going to be, I don't know, I just feel like it's going to be starting to be a downhill situation from that point. If anything changes, I'll let you know on another update video. Right now, this is where we stand. I raced this past Sunday that just passed 2 days ago, for a special race that I was invited to by a guy that passed away back in '96, that was the original announcer at the track where I run. He had to quit in '96. I think he passed away in 2000 something. It might have been a little bit back from that, but his son that races another division wanted me there because his father knew me from a little kid up when he was actually growing up. So anyway, I raced my hobby stock with the upper division from us, which is Pure Stocks. I basically got seat time out of it. I was, of course, way underpowered for what they're running. But I was invited. I was completely legal for their division. I just don't have the horsepower like they did, but I took the green flag with them and stayed with them for 1 or 2 laps, and of course then they pulled away from me, which I knew was going to happen. And I was hoping for some caution flags to try to keep me from getting lapped during this whole race. because it was 15 laps. But unfortunately, we only had one caution. We would have had I would have probably been the first caution if I wouldn't have saved my car from going or almost spinning out. But one of the pure stocks had slowed down to a stop and brought the caution out up in the second turn, which kind of saved me from, having them catch me and lap me at the time. Which I don't think they was actually that close at the time yet, but they was probably, working on it. But thanks to that caution, I got to get back onto the rear of the field, and we took the green flag again. I stayed with them for a while again, and then of course I lost them, and about between lap 13 and 14, somewhere along in them lines, I believe it was around lap 13, I heard motors come up behind me and start passing me, so I slowed down and left them through, because I was under their rules and everything, but I was a hobby stock, and I did not want to, have any trouble or anything started by me trying to, keep my speed up or anything. So I basically just slowed down to a certain speed and left them go by me, and then I sped back up. And I mean, we only had 1 or 2 laps to go anyway. So, I took the white flag and I took the checker flag, but I was a lap down, which, didn't really bother me. I'm used to all that from the past, being a hobby stock and running stock and everything. I wasn't running stock Sunday though. I've got a faster motor since I've been since the lap days in the hobby stock division. So anyway, I started 16th. There's maybe like 19 cars, I think, checked into the pure stock division, and of course I was considered a pure stock because of being under their rules and getting paid, and also racing their division. So I started 16th. Only 17 of us started. I left the space open, figuring that the pure stock setting there in the lineups in front of me would go up and grab that space, but I found out that I was starting 16th, so I went up and grabbed my spot, even though I actually wanted to start on the complete rear and just, not be that close to them. But we took the green flag. I stayed with them for a while, and everything went well. Except at the end, my car caught fire because of oil pumping out of the back breather, which I will have to fix. So I started seeing a flicker of light through my hood where my air cleaner is, and next thing I know, it blazed up higher and was coming through the windshield screen, on my car, but not on the driver's side. It was more on the passenger side. So I just slammed on the brakes when I came in through the opening of the guardrails on the back stretch, and put it up in park and shut the motor off. And you know, had the official, the flagman back there, put the fire out. So my night didn't really end that great. It really didn't go, none of it really went as planned, but I made it through it. I didn't make, of course, the hot laps. I didn't make it out due to another problem. I didn't really run all 5 laps of the heat because when my dad and I was putting the spark plug wires back on the car, he accidentally had switched number 5 and number 7. Well, I guess it just slipped my mind from all the other stuff that I was doing to try to get the car ready, and I forgot to check them and switch them back. And I guess, you know, I went out there and it started missing real bad. So I think I ran almost, maybe I tried to stay at least 3 laps. And then I pulled it in because I didn't want to have something, you know, blowing up on me. And me and another guy that runs hobby stocks with me, he showed up to help. He helped me with the wiring and everything, and we got them switched back, and everything sounded normal for the feature. And of course, like I said, I started 16th, finished 16th, which really ain't bad for the first time ever running with pure stocks. I didn't even think I would finish there, honestly. I mean, I figured I'd probably end up having to pull in for some odd reason, but I had fun. I mean, it was a lot different. I put it to you this way: it was like running a little tiny airplane motor that only half ran with a bunch of jet motors. Because when what they're running is just unbelievable in some of them pure stock cars. But now let's just say they're running 400 to 410s under the hood, and I had a little 380, which don't amount to anything what they're allowed to run. You know, basically, well, their cams and all that are a lot different than what we're allowed to run and so forth. But I did it for, you know, to honor my friend's dad that knew me since I was a little kid, and at least my dad and my mom both went in the pits and got to see me race again. So that makes me, you know, makes me happy that way. It's just I wish I could have had a little better night, but it is what it is. It's racing. Crap happens. I mean, I've raced for over 25 plus years, and I don't think I've really had good luck in all those 25 plus years. And you know, some people say, well, why are you still doing it? Well, it's because I'm still fulfilling a childhood dream of being a race car driver. And not what you show up with, and it's not if you show up with enough of it, but it's just the point that I'm doing something that all what fans we do get in the grandstand every week, they never got to do any of it and probably never will, because they can't afford it, or they're not brave enough, or for some odd reason, they might have disabilities or anything like that they just don't want to do it. But I've been told I'm doing what thousands of people will never get to do or can't do. So anyway, guys, I'm just doing a lot of rambling. This video's up over 21 minutes now, so I'm going to end this video. That's the situation with my dad. I am glad that my mom went along into the pit area set with my dad, and I'm glad that he's still here to see me race. So keep your thoughts and prayers coming. This is just, I mean, it's I've got so much stress and depression right now that I don't even know how I'm doing videos or doing anything really. But I'm just sticking it out. I'm going to try to end of the year, go to the end of the year with racing. After that, I don't know what's going to happen, if I'm going to even be able to race. You just don't know. And you just don't know if I'm even going to have Dad to continue watching me. So I know I shouldn't be saying that, but it's just, it's something that but anyway, just keep your thoughts and prayers going up for my dad. Hopefully, we can get through it. It's a hard time. For the train layout, I'm just going to continue to be down here on rainy days and stuff like that. Like I don't know if I mentioned it, but they had called my mom and we had to go to the hospital, cancer place, Monday, which would have been yesterday now. We had to go there for water, and now they want him to come back there 3 times a week. So now we're back to, doing that 3 times a week, which makes it hard because there's other stuff around here to be caught up on. I'm still cutting trees from winter time because of all this crazy weather we've had. We've had thunderstorms and tons of rain, floods, everything's wet all the time, and when it does get sunny outside, it's like 90 plus degrees and it's so freaking hot that you don't feel like doing anything. I mean, and you're just stuck inside like a rainy day. So it's just one of those things. It is what it is. Racing season hasn't been much of a racing season this year. But anyway, I'm just rambling, guys, and the time's going up on the video, so I'm going to end this video by saying thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, ding the bell for new videos. Till the next video, keep your thoughts and prayers coming from my dad. And Hot Rod Rodney 25 out.